Keep your hands over your head, interlace your fingers, turn the palms facing the sky. Breathing in, raise your hands. If possible, come up on your toes. Look at one point in front of you. Then very slowly bring your hands down to rest on the head. Let the palms continue to face the ceiling. Once again, breathing in, raise your hands up. Then slowly come on your toes if possible. Keep your eyes fixed at one point in front so that you maintain your balance. Very slowly breathing out, come down, bring your hands down. Last round, breathing in, raise your hands up, come on your toes. Try to stretch more. Hold your breath. Very slowly bring your hands back and rest. And bring the hands down. Catch your breath. Interlace both your hands in front of you. Breathing in, raise your hands up. Hold your breath. Breathing out, laterally bend to the right side, lateral twist the spine. Breathing in, come back to the center. Hold your breath. Breathing out, laterally bend to the left side. Breathing in, come back. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly bring the hands down. Always, when you are stretching, do it slowly. When you are releasing, do it slowly. You get much better benefits. Breathing in, raise your hands up. Try to stretch the hands a little more. Let the shoulder extend. Hold your breath. Breathing out. Bend laterally to the right side. Hold your breath. Breathing in, slowly come back to the center. Hold your breath. Breathing out, laterally bend to the left side. Only go as much as you can. Breathing in, come back to the center. Hold your breath. Breathing out, very slowly bring your hands down. This time try and synchronize your movement with your count. Like for example, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till you take your hands up. Then whatever is the count, hold the breath for the same count. Breathe out laterally for the same count, hold for the same count. All through maintain the same count if possible. If you feel breathless, start breathing in. So start. Hold. Bend. Hold. Come back to center. Hold. Laterally bend left. Come back. Hold. Come down. Relax. Spinal twist. So breathing in, bring both the hands parallel at the shoulder level. Breathing out, swing to the right side. Right hand comes from behind the waist. Left hand on the right shoulder, twist to the right side. Hold your breath. Breathing in very slowly. Turn back, face back to the center, hands up at the shoulder level. Hold your breath. Breathing out very slowly, swing to the left side. Left hand comes from around the waist. Right hand on the left shoulder. Twist to the left side, turn over and look over your left shoulder. Breathing in, come back to the center, bring the hands back at the shoulder level. Hold your breath. Very slowly, breathing out, bring both the hands down by the side of the body. Once again, this time synchronize the count and maintain the same count. So start. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Swing. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Come back. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Swing. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Come back. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Breathe out and bring the hands down. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Just experience the effect of what you have done. Last round, keep your count and do it on the whole. Start. Slowly lie down in Shavasana and continue to lie down in Shavasana till we start the class. And when I start blowing the shank, very slowly turn to one side and with the support of your hand get up. Don't get up in a jerk. So be very careful. When I start blowing the shank, get up by turning to one side very slowly. Use the support of your hands, keep your head looking down, and then sit up slowly. Allow the body to sink in completely. Feel the effect of the relaxation all over the body. Just let the body relax. Feel the relaxation spreading all over the body. Be in sync with your breathing. As you breathe in, feel coolness and calmness spreading throughout the body. As you breathe out, feel all the cares and the worries flowing out of the body, out of the mind. Get ready to chant mantra Om 7 times. Make your sankalpa and chanting Om, creating protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies and viruses. I am creating 3 layers of protection. The outermost layer consists of 6 friendly creatures, an elephant behind me, a peacock in front, a tiger on the right side, a lion on my left side, an eagle above my head, and a black tortoise below me. Inside of that, I have a big ring with balls of fire. I am lighting all the balls, allowing a firewall to go up all around me, creating a protective shield around me. The third layer of protection comes from the subtle energy of the mantra Om that I'm chanting. Take your awareness to Muladhara Chakra at the base of the perineum. Visualize a 4-petal lotus, red color, coming up through the Sushumna Nadi. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Swadhisthana Chakra, 6-petal lotus, orange color. Increase your pitch a little bit. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Manipura Chakra. Behind your navel, 10-petal lotus, yellow color. Increase pitch a little bit. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Anahata Chakra behind your heart center, 12-petal lotus, green color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Vishuddhi Chakra behind your throat pit, 16-petal lotus, blue color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Ajna Chakra behind your eyebrow center, 2-petal lotus, indigo color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Sahasrara Chakra, center of the top of your head, 1000 petal lotus, white color. Increase your pitch further, take a deep breath. Shanti mantras. Om Sadhana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvidamati Namastu Bhavidishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Keep your hands in Linga Mudra. Make your sankalpa for chanting Mahamrityunjaya mantra and chanting Mahamrityunjaya mantra for physical health and mental well-being. Chanting the mantra every day helps me maintain the best of health mentally and physically. All my brain cells and my body cells are operating optimally and in harmony with each other. I can feel your grace, my Lord, penetrating deep into my body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, keeping me in pristine health at all times. I bow down before you, thanking you from the bottom of my heart for keeping me in pristine health, and I promise to put in efforts from my side for keeping this body in a healthy condition, befitting for you to reside inside my body in your effulgent form. Om Trayambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Just be absolutely steady. Slowly disengage your hands. Keep them on your knees. In the steadiness of your body, experience the steadiness of your mind. Become a passive standby observer to the thoughts as they float in and out. And as a curious observer, ask a question, where are these thoughts coming from and where are they going? Whenever you ask the question, there is a momentary silence. Try and focus your attention on that silence. Repeat 3-4 times on your own. Now experience a surge of energy coming up from Mother Earth, penetrating throughout your body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, giving you a unique sense of confidence to face up to all external circumstances, be they pleasant or unpleasant. And very slowly open your eyes, release your legs, stretch yourself, and we'll get ready for continuing the green light protocol. We'll repeat the last portion that we did, and then from there we'll continue. So you'll be lying on your stomach. Turning in a C curve on the side that you have chosen. Whichever side you have chosen last, you're folding your leg a little bit. You're in the C curve. Now you can straighten the leg, and for this practice, you will be bringing three vertebrae at a time. But first, before you start, you will pull your anus, feel that there is a depression created at the center of the anus when you're pulling the anus towards yourself, and then very slowly bend down, taking the first three vertebrae above the clavicle towards the ground. Then very slowly release out of that, release the pressure on the abdomen, on the anus. Once again, pull the anus up. Now bring the next three vertebrae at the top of the rib cage down towards the ground. Then very slowly release out of that contraction, release the pressure on the anus. Next round, pull up the anus. Bring the next three vertebrae at the center of your rib cage closer to the ground. And then very slowly release that. Release the pressure on your anus. Once again, pull up the anus. Now bring the next three vertebrae at the lower portion of the rib cage closer to the ground. Very slowly release out of that contraction. Release the pressure on the anus. Once again, create the pressure on the anus. Bend down, bringing the first three lumbar vertebrae closer to the ground. Release out of that contraction, release the pressure on the anus. Now the last two lumbar vertebrae, so put the pressure on the anus, very slowly bend the last two vertebrae towards the ground. Come out of that contraction and then release the pressure on the anus. If you want, nod your head a couple of times. Make sure that your neck is relaxed. Now we'll repeat the whole process with hip hiking. So now when you do this, you pull the entire lower pelvis towards your armpit. It's as though in a walking motion when you're lifting the leg up, like this it should come. And then you will bring the top three vertebrae closer to the ground. Then you will release out of that, you will release the hip hike. Once again, let me explain, then I can observe. You will hip hike, then bring the top three vertebrae closer to the ground, release the three vertebrae, release the hip hike. You will again take the hip hike. Now you will bring the next three vertebrae down, then you will release it, you will release the hip hike. So start hip hike towards the pelvis, Then slowly bring the top 3 vertebrae at the top of the clavicle closer to the ground. Release out of the contraction. Release the hip high. Very good. Second round, next 3 vertebrae at the top of the rib cage. So hip hike. And then very slowly bring the top 3 vertebrae at the top of the rib cage closer to the ground. Release the contraction of the vertebrae. Release the hip high. Third round, now your focus will be at the middle of the rib cage, the 3 vertebrae in the middle of the rib cage. So hip high, bend side, bringing the 3 vertebrae in the center of the rib cage closer to the ground. Very slowly release out of that contraction. Release your hip high. Now the last 3 vertebrae at the bottom of the rib cage. So very slowly hip hike, side bend, bringing the 3 vertebrae at the bottom of the rib cage towards the ground. Release the contraction of the vertebrae, release your hip hike slowly. Now the focus will be the 3 vertebrae below the rib cage, the 3 lumbar vertebrae. Hip hike, side bend, bringing the 3 lumbar vertebrae closer to the ground. And then release the contraction, release the hip high, and relax. Now the next movement is called gluteal release. So you watch first and then you can do it. So for this you bend in the C curve. You will be bringing the leg back and then moving in such a way that your foot crosses and rests on the opposite leg. The opposite leg is straight. Now in this position, you will adjust it wherever you can. Suppose you can come only, when you're bending it, you take it to wherever it can go. Resistance, till there you can go. Then move it closer up. If it cannot go over the leg, keep it down, but be comfortable. Now in this position, you will slowly lift the foot up, feeling the contraction on the buttocks, and then very slowly bring it all the way down. Wherever it will come. For those who are comfortable, it will come and rest on the leg. Then we will do stop and go. So you will take it up again, then contract a little bit, recontract about an inch. Then go down some more, hold, recontract a little bit. Then go down some more, hold, recontract a little bit. And then finally take it all the way down to rest on the other leg. And then you will take a full journey. And lastly, if your foot is on the other foot, then you will do a quick release. You will lift the leg up about an inch or two, hold, 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 release. And then you will stretch the leg straight from there. Those for whom it is not resting on this, they will not do the quick release. They will simply release the leg straight from there. So hope the instructions are clear. If any question, please ask before you start. Get ready for the gluteal release. Bend your head, get into the C curve, side bend your side one leg, take it up wherever it shows a resistance. Try and see if you can move the foot over the other leg. If not, keep it wherever it will rest on the ground. Go according to your capacity. Now, when you're ready, Very slowly lift the foot of your side one leg away from the other leg towards the ceiling, and very slowly take it all the way back to rest wherever it is comfortable, if possible, on the side two leg. Now we'll do a stop and go. So slowly lift your side one foot up towards the ceiling and hold it. Now let your side one foot come down a little bit, about 1/3 of the journey, hold it. Recontract about an inch, only 1 inch recontraction. Then release another 1/3 of the journey. Hold it. Recontract 1 inch. Now go back almost touching the end of the portion, but don't touch it. Almost 90% of the journey. Hold it. Recontract another inch. And now take the foot all the way to rest wherever it was resting originally, either on the other leg or on the floor. Now one full journey, lift your side one foot away from the other foot or away from the ground towards the ceiling, and very slowly breathing out, take your foot back to wherever it started from. Wonderful. Some of you have got the slow movement very well. Excellent. Now, if your foot is resting on the other leg, on the calf muscles of the other leg, then and then alone you will do this quick release. Those who have got the foot on the floor can simply stretch the leg straight. For those who have rested on the other calf muscle, please raise it 1 inch above the calf muscle. Hold, 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 release. And now stretch it straight from there, and both the legs are parallel to each other, fully stretched. Now you will be in that position only. And now we will do what we used to do for our myth of aging lesson. So you will straighten the head now, no longer bending. Legs are straight, head is straight. The head is turned towards your side one, looking at your elbow. Your chin is facing on the back of the palm. Now in this position, you will very slowly do what is called self-manipulation. So you lift the head, the chin, the palm, and the elbow up, and try to look over your shoulder, and very slowly bring it back in releasing and lengthening the muscles. And in the next round, you will also bring the opposite leg up along with it. So get ready. Your body is straightened out now. You're turning your head to the side one. Your hand is in front of your face. Your side two chin is resting on the back of your palm. And in this position, you will lift your face, your hand, your elbow away from the ground. Keep the fingers touching the chin. If possible, keep the fingers touching the chin. And very slowly breathing out, come down. And we'll repeat this 2 more times. Breathing in, on your own, very slowly come up. And very slowly breathing out, allow the face, the elbow, palm to come back and rest on the ground. And last round, lifting up. Very slowly release. And now we will include the opposite leg 3 times. So very slowly breathing in, come up, bring the opposite leg up, the side 2 leg. Then very slowly release the side 2 leg and the face, elbow, chin, back to rest on the ground. As you're coming up, feel the contraction along the spine, along the opposite glute, along the thighs. And as you release, experience these muscles are getting back, voluntarily lengthening, from involuntary to voluntary lengthening. So once again, breathing in, come up. Experience the contraction of the muscles along the spine, opposite glute, opposite thighs. Very slowly release, experiencing the lengthening of the muscles on a voluntary basis. Last round. Very slowly release out of the contraction. And now we have to transit to side 2. So very slowly bring both the hands in front and let your forehead rest on the back of your hand. Now in this position, lift your head up and down 3-4 times, nodding and relaxing your neck. Slowly, 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 slowly. Slow. If necessary, just take one hand to the back of the neck and squeeze the neck muscles and relax them. Squeeze the neck muscle, relax them. Squeeze the neck muscle, relax them. Squeeze the neck muscle, relax them. Now, you will move the side one hand to the side of the body. The side 2 is in the front. You are now moving the side 2 in a C curve, lifting the side 2 leg up a little bit. Now in this we will repeat what we did the first time. So recollect what we did. We first drew the neck inside in a contraction of the vertebrae. And then we side bend the first 3 vertebrae. Then we release the head. Then we draw the neck inside, we bend the next 3 vertebrae, then we release the neck. Once again draw the neck in, the next 3 vertebrae, then release the neck. Again draw the neck in, next 3 vertebrae, release the neck. So every time in the first round, you will draw the neck in, you will feel a slight contraction at the spinal cord, and then you will side bend, and then you will release out of the contraction. So get ready. Be in position. You're on side 2. Your head is bent a little bit. The upper portion of the body is bent towards the side 2. You have folded the side 2 leg up a little bit. Now in this position, very slowly draw your neck inside and side bend the top 3 vertebrae above the clavicle towards the ground. Release the contraction of the vertebrae. Release your neck. Second round, draw in your neck. Side bend the top 3 vertebrae at the top of the rib cage. Release the 3 contraction. Release your neck. Now your focus is in the middle of your rib cage. So draw your neck in. Side bend the 3 vertebrae at the middle of your rib cage. Release it slowly. Release your neck. Once again, now the focus is on the three vertebrae at the bottom of the rib cage. So draw your neck in, side bend the three vertebrae at the bottom of the rib cage. Draw out of the contraction, release your neck. Once again, draw in your neck. Now the focus is on the three lumbar vertebrae just below the rib cage. Side bend those three vertebrae. Release out of the contraction. Release the neck. Now the last two lumbar vertebrae just above the sacrum. So draw your neck inside. Side bend the last two vertebrae above the sacrum. Release out of the contraction. Release the neck and relax. If you want, nod your head. If you want, massage your neck muscles. Just be comfortable at the neck region. The next one is called gluteal highlighting. So we will do the hip hike. You will not draw the neck in. You will just keep the head in the same position, but you will side bend the vertebrae. So very slowly, hip hike your side two leg towards the armpit. Side bend the top three vertebrae above the clavicle. Slowly release out of the contraction. Release your hip thigh. Now the focus is on the top three vertebrae at the top of the rib cage. The three vertebrae at the top of the rib cage. So hip hike your side two leg toward the armpit. Side bend the three vertebrae at the top of the rib cage. Release out of that contraction. Release the hip thigh. Now the focus will be three vertebrae at the middle of your rib cage. So hip hike your side two leg towards the armpit. Side bend, focusing on the three vertebrae at the middle of the rib cage. Release out of the contraction. Release your hip thigh. Now the focus of your attention will be on the three vertebrae at the bottom of the rib cage. So hip hike your side two leg. Side bend, focusing on the three vertebrae at the bottom of the rib cage. Release out of that contraction. Then very slowly release your hip thigh. Now we'll do what is called bowing. We have to do last two vertebrae, sorry. So the focus will be on the three lumbar vertebrae below the rib cage. So hip hike, the side two leg towards your armpit. Side bend, focusing on the three lumbar vertebrae. Then release out of the contraction. Release your hip high and relax. Now we will do the myth of aging portion called self-pandiculation. So straighten the body now, straighten your leg. Keep the side to hand in front of the face. Bend your head towards your side to elbow. Now in this position, listen to the instructions carefully one by one. Breathing in, you will allow your elbow to come up away from the ground. And very slowly, you will bring the elbow back to rest on the ground. Breathing in, slowly, slowly. Slow down a little more. When you're bringing the elbow down, slow it. Feel the contraction of the muscles along the shoulder blade when you're coming down. Feel a voluntary release and lengthening of those muscles. Pay full attention. Last round, breathing in, elbow away from the ground. Very slowly bring your elbow back to rest on the ground, feeling the release and lengthening of the muscles along the shoulder blade. Release and relax. Now, you will only lift your head up. The hand is on the floor. And you will try to look over your shoulder, breathing in, lift your head up, look over the shoulder. Very slowly breathing out, bring your head back to rest on the back of your hand. If possible, keep the side one hand by the side of the body. Second round, very slowly, breathing in, lift your head up. Very slowly breathing out, bring your head back to rest on the back of the palm. Last round, very slowly, lift your head up away from the ground. Very slowly, allow your head to come back to rest. If possible, the other hand is by the side of the body, not in front of the face. Yeah. Now you're going to put those two together. Please wait for instructions. You should focus on the muscles along the shoulder blade and down your spinal cord. Pay full attention to those muscles. They contract when you bring your hand and your head up, and when you're bringing them down, feel the release of those muscles. Voluntarily, you're releasing the muscle, and you're taking voluntary charge of the muscles. So pay attention to it, automatically it will start happening. So get ready, breathing in, head, hand, elbow, up, away from the ground. Very slowly release out of the contraction, feel the muscles releasing and lengthening. Your palm is touching the chin all through when you're coming up. So once again, breathing in, very slowly bring your hand, elbow, face up. Very slowly release out of the contraction, feel the lengthening of the muscles along the spinal cord, along the shoulder blade. Last round, very slowly lift your head up, hands, elbow, everything, very slowly bring all of them back to rest on the ground. Now you're going to lift only the opposite leg up. So very slowly lift only the opposite leg up. Very slowly release. Breathe in when you're bringing the leg up. Breathe out when you're taking the leg down. And feel the muscles along the glute contracting when you're bringing the leg up. So once again, breathing in, opposite leg up. And very slowly breathing out, let your leg come back to rest on the ground. Last round, lift your leg up away from the ground. Very slowly, let your leg come back to rest on the ground. Now we are going to put all of them together. So your hand, your face, your elbow, your opposite leg.
All of them will come up when you're breathing in, all the way down the spine, up the leg on the glute. The muscles will contract, and when you release it slowly, you will feel the relaxation and the lengthening of all these muscles. Get ready. Very slowly breathing in, lift the head, elbow, chin, opposite leg up. Very slowly release out of the contraction. Feel the release and the lengthening of the muscles along the spinal cord, along the glute on the side, you're lifting the leg up. Second round, breathing in. Bring your head up, head, elbow, chin, opposite leg up. Allow all of them to go down very slowly back to neutral. Last round on your own, breathing in. And then breathing out, release out of the contraction. Once again, nod your head. If necessary, massage your neck. And then very slowly lie on your back. Now, you may want to first watch. So you're lying on your back. You'll fold both the legs up. And then you will do your arch, wherein the lower portion of the spinal cord will bend. The sides of the body are on the ground. The lower belt line arches. Your tailbone will press on the ground. Now, when you are doing this, you will take both the hands onto your thighs, either catch it below or catch it above, wherever you are comfortable. I prefer below. So when you are arching, bring the leg closer to the body, giving it a load. And then, while you are arching, you will be keeping the leg away and hold it. And then when you're breathing out, you're flattening and you're bringing the legs closer to the body. These two hands are giving a load. The load should not increase. Your hand should not bring the thighs, it is only giving a resistance. You should move the thighs on their own force. And then you will again take them back, arching the lower back, and then again flattening. The thighs will bring the muscles of the thighs will bring the leg closer to the chest. Once again, it is the thighs that are taking it back. The hand is only giving a resistance and a load. So don't use the hand to pull the leg up. Let the leg come on its own and let it go back on its own. Okay? So experiment with this a couple of times before we start.
Sir, will the back remain arched all through?
No. It'll, for example, it is arched in this position when you are creating the load, and then when you are bringing this, the back will flatten. And then when you're taking it back, the back will arch.
Okay.
And then when you're bringing it toward the body, the back will flatten.
Right. Thanks.
So get ready and slowly experiment 1 or 2 times. Make sure that you're not using your hand to pull. Make sure that you're using the
glute muscles and the leg muscles to bring the leg closer to the body. Just make sure of this before we start. Larissa, did you miss the instructions? Should I give it to you again?
Yes, sir. My net is fluctuating.
Yeah.
Yes,
I saw you got disconnected, so I'll once again explain. So you're lying in this position, and then when you're arching your lower back and the tailbone is pressing, you will lift your leg up, you will hold the legs with your hands, creating a load. Then when you're flattening the lower back, using the muscles, you will bring the leg back. You will not pull it with your hand. The leg has to come back on its own. You are only giving a load with your hand. Then when you are arching, you take the leg back. And then when you are flattening, you will bring the leg closer to the body. Make sure that you are doing this with the muscles of the leg and the glute and not with your hand. Hand is only giving resistance. Just practice once or twice before we start the practice. Just give me a minute for Larissa to catch up. She lost connection in between. Yeah, all ready now? Larissa, okay? Yeah, great. So get ready. Slowly arch your lower back, tailbone presses on the ground, lift your leg up, hold it with both the hands, give it a load. And now as you're flattening the lower back, let your leg muscles bring the leg closer to the chest. The hands are only providing a load without increasing the load. Very slowly, take it back, allowing the lower back to arch, tailbone presses on the ground. Once again, continue 4 or 5 times very slowly. Make sure your hands are not pulling the leg, they are only giving a load. Be continuously conscious of this. You're only using the muscles of the glute, muscles of the legs to move the leg forward and backward. Once you've done 4 or 5 rounds, stretch both the legs and relax. Take your time, don't be in a hurry. When everybody is completed, we will do the next round. While you're waiting for others to complete, just experience what you can experience with your body. When you're ready now, we will repeat the same thing on the opposite leg, the second leg, side 2 leg. So repeat 5 times on your own and then stretch your legs. Make sure you're not pulling the leg with your hand. Hand is only giving a load. Once you've completed your 5 rounds, stretch your leg out and relax. Once you've completed, just experience how your body is now feeling. How is it resting on the ground?
So there is no particular range in which we need to move the leg, no?
The range is as much as it can go on its own without creating any strain.
Right.
So what if you are more flexible, your range will be greater.
Right.
The body is less flexible, the range will be slightly less. So each one does according to their capacity. Now the last portion. So I will demonstrate this and then we will do. So you're back on your side 1. So my side 1 was right side, so I will show you from my right side. You can either keep both the legs bent or you can keep the opposite leg straight. Now you will move this foot closer to the knee of the other leg and then you will take it down wherever it can go comfortably. If you can take it all the way to the floor, you take it all the way to the floor. Suppose you're taking it till here. After this, you feel some resistance, then you will stop here. Suppose you're going till here. After this, you feel some resistance, you will stop here. So wherever your leg can take you, that is where you will take it first. And then you will bring it back. When you are bringing it back, you will not make it fully vertical. You will stop before it becomes fully vertical. And then this becomes your starting point. From here, you will take the leg slowly down to wherever your point of termination was. And then you will bring it back from there to the starting point, which is close to vertical but not vertical. From here, you will do a stop and go. When you are doing this, feel whether your movement is smooth or is it jerky. Right? This is your last point, this is where you will stop. And then one last journey. And then, if you can take it further down, you put a cushion and then you will do a quick release. Otherwise, you will just straighten the leg from here and relax. All right? So get ready. Side 1 leg, bend it. The side 2 can be straight or the side 2 can be bent, whatever makes you comfortable. Move the foot a little closer to the center line. If the side 2 leg is straight, ideally the foot is along the knee of the side 2 leg. Now from this position, test out by taking your knee down towards the floor. Stop wherever you feel resistance. That is your end point. And then bring it back. Now when you're bringing it back, don't make it vertical. Stop before it is vertical. Now from here, you're going to start the practice. Very slowly take your knees towards the floor wherever it terminated. Don't go beyond that. Stop wherever you first stopped. And then very slowly let your knees come back close to vertical but not vertical. Now from here we will do a stop and go. So very slowly take it 1/3 the journey and stop. Recontract just an inch. Take it down for another 1/3 the journey. Hold. Recontract your knees another inch. And now take your knees to where your starting end point was, the termination point, wherever it stopped. Stop there. And now let it come back to the starting point, which is close to vertical but not vertical. And now, if possible, put a cushion. If your legs will not reach the ground, then don't do the quick release. Just take it down and then stretch the leg from there. Those who can take it up to the ground, put a cushion there. Then recontract 1 inch above the cushion. Hold, 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 release. And now stretch the leg from there. Very good. Now just experience the effect of what all you have done. How does your glute muscles feel? How does the back feel? What is the state of the spinal cord in terms of how much is resting on the ground? How much of your back is resting on the ground? How do you feel overall? Do you feel any sense of additional relaxation in the back? Or you feel no sense of relaxation in the back? Try to experience whatever you can experience. Then turn to one side with the support of your hands. Very slowly sit up and be in a meditative position. Get ready to chant mantra Om 3 times. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting Om, creating protective energy field around me. Take a deep breath. Shanti mantras. Asatoma sadgamaya, Anasoma jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma mritam gamaya, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Rub your hands nicely. When you're warm, then keep them on your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing in from the palm into the eyes. And gently open your eyes. Release your palm. Hari Om. That's it. Okay, see you all on Thursday. On this Thursday, we'll be doing yoga. So get ready. See you all. Bye. Have a great week ahead.
Thank you, sir.